Welcome to another session of me just working on the drakon renderer. Yesterday we made pretty good progress um, rendering all the available positioned icons into diagrams. Let's just refresh our memory. We ended up with this pretty neatly looking diagram. It's obviously not complete, but it's a very significant step forward. For today, I want to take things easy a little bit and recharge before the next bigger assignment, which I'm going to disclose in a second, and just space these icons out a little bit so they look slightly more presentable. Now, for the big reveal, during upcoming sessions, what I will be aiming to do is to start connecting those icons with lines so that we get a more coherent diagram. For now, we're only rendering icons, no connections. Rendering those connections could be a little bit tricky because obviously we'll need to devise some algorithm for tracing the paths between icons, but I do believe we'll resolve that. But in order to be quick and iterate quickly through new versions of the connections and the way we connect icons, then I think the icons need to be more spaced out. Okay, so today should be a pretty relaxed, slow-paced session. Now, I switched to the main branch. I usually like to create issues for myself. So let's go to GitHub. This is already going to be in progress. So here, let's take a closer look at how the renderer works. Or maybe, well, the renderer only renders what the layout engine gives it. So technically, it looks like we'll have to make some changes in the layout engine. I invested a lot of time and effort and thought about the layout engine very, very carefully. So it's easy to maintain. This is by far the most complex piece of the drakon render. It decides how to position icons on a Cartesian plane. It's if you stop working for it on it for a couple of days, you forget how this works. So I wanted to devote a lot of time to make it really compact, really easy to read, and I'm pretty happy with it. 40 lines is not too bad. And previous two iterations of the layout engine, it used to be much bigger. So here, the starting coordinates of any diagram is always 0, 0, x0, y0. Oh, you know what? My OCD is not allowing me to keep it that way. X should be first, y should be next. So what we need to change is how far the icons are spaced out in terms of the x coordinate. Here I can already see where the space is added. This is 1. We're assuming a lot here. We're assuming that the distance between each step should be 1. But this does not leave any room for lines between the steps. So let's say the distance should be 2. But I don't want to introduce just a magic number. Let's give those numbers some meaning. So let's take a quick look at the type. So here we're operating on the icon type. So let's say we're going to introduce a constant called icon width. That's going to be an int. I'm not sure these should be ints. I'll probably create an issue for those types to become doubles because I'm translating those to doubles anyway during rendering. So you know what? I'll create an issue for myself for maybe the next session. Let's do this now before I forget. Layout engine, change. It to. So icon width is going to be 1. And also let's introduce another constant. It says space. Space between icons x. So this is the distance that needs to be left between icons to form sort of a gap. So here, instead of just adding 1, let's add the icon width. And also space between icons. And also here we have another magic number saying 1. This is when you go down the dependency tree. We should also have icon height. And here. Technically, it should work. Let's see. If it takes me only a couple of minutes today to fix this, I may take another issue on the issue of converting end coordinates to double coordinates. Let's see. And beautiful. This is more or less what I wanted to achieve. It doesn't have to be super pretty or super perfect. What I wanted to achieve today is just to make icons a little bit easier on the eye. Because soon enough we'll be connecting them, and I want the lines to be very visible, to have lots of room between the icons. I'm happy with this, so let's add this. That was branch 60. Let's PR this quickly. And I have enough time to deal with the other issue. Check. Have a bunch of constants. Yeah, the output JSON has changed. That's beautiful. Very tempted to just take a screenshot of this. And put this in the issue description. Done. Let's go to main. This should be reflected in the README. It's not yet, but it probably will get refreshed soon. Yeah, this is what we need. Okay, so we have enough time today. Let's do the other issue as well. Now let's go back to the project. This is done. So this should be fun. Let's change it from to do to in progress today. Let's get to work. Let's shift insert would work. And it does, yes. No, hold on. We don't need that. We need this branch. Perfect. So this should be interesting. Let's change. Let's just make sure that we're translating X and Y positions to doubles. So in order to do that, we need to take a look at the renderer. And I remember there was a function translate or int to double. Let's just check. Int to double, perfect. So let's start from the very top. It looks like the change needs to be done at the records level. So the positioned icon, this needs to be a double. This will cause many compilation errors, I think. Perfect. 171. This is what I really like about strongly typed languages. Once you pick a convenient spot at the very top of the, or at the very bottom of the hierarchy, however you want to look at it, the compiler just grabs your hand and just walks you through the whole process. Hey, change this, and then change that, and then change that. So it's should be very enjoyable. So here we're looking for get position last. I'm not sure we need this. No, we do. Anyway, this is also. Let's look for ints here. No more ints. No. Clear. Build it again. Now, render line 75. Here we now don't need to convert. We can just say XY, which simplifies the code a lot. And now we can even remove the name of the module. GHC float. Clear. Compile again. I'm still expecting errors, but we'll get to that. Layout engine 34. Here we'll have to change all these coordinates from ints to doubles. Here, double, double. And more ints. Let's see if this works. I'll have to do something about this warning. It's just not looking too pretty. First nodes is obviously the node of the graph, and it will have to be correct if the execution is already executing that line. If there was no head in the topologically sorted nodes, it means that the validation must have failed, and we would want to crash the program anyway. Right, so here it looks like we did it. This is what I like about Haskell. It's just types are so easy to refactor. Okay, looks like we're done. Let's run the application again. For now, let's just remove this, just to make sure that we can recreate it, and it does work. 8 kilobytes, that's beautiful. Perfect, still works. Title 2, 3, 5, 6, which is as A, B, C, end, which is the end, which is the 8th icon. 7 here, 4 here. Perfect, works. So we fixed 2 issues today. Now let's prepare for another. Or maybe we don't have to do that. Right, let's PR the change. It's already here. Straightforward change. I don't need to explain it with too many words. Create a pull request. It's done. Perfect. The image is finally updated. I'll have to do something with the canvas size because there's a lot of invisible content at the top and at the bottom if the diagram does not resemble a square. But we'll get to that. Perfect. I'm very happy with the progress today. During the next session, we'll try to start thinking how to render the lines connecting our rendered icons. It should be pretty interesting, and that should make the diagram feel like a real diagram, not just a bunch of rendered icons, even though they are laid out correctly. Now, I would like to thank you for your attention, and yeah, see you next time.